Hey everybody, welcome back to J&V Rockhound. I'm Jay.
I'm V.
Today we, among other things, we're gonna go down to Cumberland Falls, and I'm gonna film a little bit of the drive here, the last little bit of the drive, and film a little bit of it down there. You know, most of you that watch my channel, our channel, have never. I'd say a lot of you haven't even. There was a snake. Like
You're not stopping and picking up the snake.
I will if I want to.
I don't care. You're not stopping and picking up. You'll be walking home.
I won't. Yeah. Anyway.
I hate snakes.
You probably have hardly ever heard of Cumberland Falls. It's one of the few places in the world where you can see, and I think I might have mentioned this, but maybe some of you haven't heard it. It's one of the first few places in the world that you can see a rainbow at night that they call the moonbow.
It's also called the miniature Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I've heard it called that too. Well, I'm sure they'll have. I don't remember. I grew up here. You know what I mean? So you don't pay attention to a lot of the details. We used to go down below the falls and go fishing and catching big drum and you know, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, I actually had my senior prom down here at the lodge. So you don't think about certain things when you're so local to certain places. But I figured I'd get out. It's such a nice day out today. You know, after all that horrendous weather in the last few days, all the tornadoes and stuff like that, and I want to come out here and try to enjoy the day, and Vicky's going to show you guys some scenery. After this, we're probably going home, but we might go to another place. It depends on how long we stay down here. But I want to get this camera turned around and show you a little bit of the drive. Alright, there's I don't know.
You may see horses.
There's some pretty scenery going down through here. It's kind of a curvy road. It gets more whenever I turn off this road onto 90. And yeah, but there's campgrounds down here. There's horse camps where you can go ride horses.
So you might see horses crossing the strip road and stuff. It's pretty cool. I used to go on horseback riding when I was little, but down here, Mom and Daddy would bring us.
It's funny. She's always talking about how she waited for me for 50 years, and they lived over there in Hazard, and I lived over here, which is about 2 hours away. But she's been over here several times to my county and never looked me up.
I was like 5, 6, 7 years old.
I was waiting on you.
You are so full of it.
I'll probably go ahead and you probably won't even hear any of this because I'll probably like add some music or something to this little drive part.
But if you get car sick, be careful on these roads, or don't fly on it because you'll get car sick. Rabbit?
Yeah, squirrel.
Is that a squirrel? I thought it was a rabbit.
Nope, squirrel.
Squirrel!
A lot of motorcyclists like to come ride some of these back roads because they're so curvy and scenic. This is all still in the county I live in. Now, Cumberland Falls does border the neighboring county.
Okay.
It's half in McCrae County where I'm from.
What are you doing?
We have a lot of stuff here. We have Natural Bridge, not in this county, but in Kentucky. You have,
No, there's several natural arches here in
but
McCrae
I was
County.
thinking the Natural Bridge over in.
We went to one, the
Yeah.
Split Bow Arch, and
I'm
then there's
talking.
several others.
Now you may forget where I was going. This is Stanton Natural Bridge, but we have natural bridges here. But there's and you're growing up and you go look at them, you're like, you don't think about it, and like, oh look, Butters.
See, Vicky is not from here, so she does not know what all is here in this county. And I have not taken her to very many places yet. We have a bunch of waterfalls.
I know about the waterfalls.
Yeah, because I've showed you and told you about
because
them.
I'm not arguing with you. I've
I
heard
told
about
you.
them.
I told you
I've
about
heard about them before because other people have talked about it. I just didn't want to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to go look at them.
And then we've got Split Bow Arch, which we've already been to, then Natural Arch. Several different of those natural archways.
I got a motorcycle. I want a 3-wheel motorcycle.
There's some pretty cool rock formations down here that will be on the road cuts and stuff like that.
What is he using a car in front of us? Yeah. Somebody tomorrow or today to see if I need to bypass and figure out. Well, it'd probably be best to go 914, turn around on Oak Hill and get to the work tomorrow because they've got a big section of road blocked off. I'll call Amanda later.
Take 1240 something. Cut over to 914. Take 914 around to 80 and then back west and come back south to the hospital.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I thought Jeff turned it off. Trying to figure out how to get to work tomorrow. There's
And like I said, I'm probably going to add some music to it. I don't even know if I'll add this to video or not.
Oh, I remember that old place that used to be a nice place to go eat.
Yeah. That's been closed down for a long time.
Was it Tombstone over here?
Yeah, Tombstone
Junction?
Yeah. Easement Park.
I remember that. It was fun when I was growing up. We'd come over.
Stacked rocks, you see it?
What's
In
the
that
purpose?
cave.
What's the purpose of the stacked rocks? I never did.
Because you can.
Whatever.
So here's one of the overlooks. If you can park right here to the left, and then we might drive back around when we go to leave and park over here and take you down there. But I'm going to go to the main side right now.
The water up.
Yeah, it's up pretty high.
We've had a lot of rain here a couple of days. All that now. Not really. We didn't. Well, at the house we didn't have a lot of rain with the weather. Just that one about hour it rained really hard, but not tremendous amount.
So you come over this bridge, and to my left is the falls. And there's a parking area right here to the left. And if you keep going, you see that sign, horseback riding, half mile up the road, and then the lodge is right up on the right, up through there.
Where are we at, Buzzers? A lot of people like to come down here when it's flooding and take pictures of the falls.
Looks like we got a fair amount of people out here today.
You know, a lot of people like to go hiking and just take pictures of the falls. They've got a gift shop. That part right there, handicap parking.
Okay, you know this is about to happen. I gotta at least look at some things. I don't know where this rock comes from, but I'm get a little sun. There's some kind of shell fossils in that. She's growing. Piece of chert. Pretty good little gravel bar or landscaping area. I see all kinds of fossil stuff. There's hiking trails up in here too. I'm still looking at the rocks while I'm trying to show you. Up ahead of me here a little bit. Part of the Cumberland River. Flows right into Lake Cumberland. Which Lake Cumberland is just a dammed up part of the river, so over there is where the falls actually starts. You can see it going over. want to get down there and look in the rocks. A little gravel bar. I used to be able to get down there, but I think they've got it blocked off now. See, there are pathways where you could walk down in there. She wants to be carried, Mommy.
I know.
Uh-oh, they got funnel cakes.
I know, I see that.
They didn't used to have all these rocks and landscape, and now I'm all wanting to look in them. I might have to come back up here when they're closed.
Put that on video.
I don't care. Okay, we're gonna go in. Yeah, we'll go into. There's a visitor center. I don't know if you can see that. And a gift shop. So you got horseback riding up the road. There's all kinds of trails here. Here's the dates for the Moonbow. We done missed it for this month. Might have to try to come back here during the Moonbow times. So I have to look at that for June 9th through the 13th. They got rocks. I guess it's chunks of calcite. That one's a little piece of geode.
So they got some more buildings.
Yeah.
Heard the other night.
Here's got the custom colors, but it's got a little bit of gray through the black. Real short to it. It's not perfect.
So we could
Hi, this is Arno at AV Transfer. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Bourbon and bluegrass. Pretty cool little shirts. I think that's leopard skin rowlite, little bee tumbles, some piece of pyrite, rose quartz, some other random tumbles. Looks like they need to refill because they're almost empty.
So you have two then.
I'll be out there about
Is that soap? I guess it's kind of a typical little gift shop. Hey, Vicky.
I know.
Simple things that having him cook for me. I'm gonna cook.
That's kind of cute. I like that the way they form the glass around the driftwood. Those would be cool to put tumbles in. Might have to come back and get some of those and get some tumbles going.
Heavy.
Is that actual driftwood or is that?
I can't pick it up.
Well, here's one out here.
Real?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's actual driftwood.
Come here.
It ain't a very big shop. So they might have something like that. Trying not to get people in the video. Jams, recipe books, seasoning mixes. These are coasters. Oh, and I thought it was coasters. It's not. It's just like a little keepsake box made out of a piece of wood. It's kind of cool. You see it? That'd be a cool coat rack. Some pretty pictures. Those are real.
What?
You not see a bag or anything?
What?
You not see a bag? All right, guys, there's one over there. I want to shut this off in here and then we'll get back outside. Okay, they got one of these little gem sluice mine things, and I bought a bag. Here's what there was three different bags. One was $10. That was gemstones. That's what could be in them. And then there was one that had fossils, and this is the fossils that could be in it. And then there was a bigger bag that had both. So I went ahead and got the bigger bag. And they've got this little thing set up, and they give you some bags to put stuff in. And they give you this little card to identify stuff with. So I need help.
You need me to help with that. Disgusting.
I'm gonna hold this. You sure you don't want to do it?
No, you can do it. You know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I've never done this before. I'll tell you what, I'll do half and you do half.
Okay,
How about that?
that's fine. Butters, I can't carry you at the moment. I'm saying I can't do that and hold her into the phone.
No, I'll help. On the road. Filming.
Come here. Oh, wow. Come here. Better. Come here. Wow.
Somebody wants to bring their dog or their kiddo over to say hi. Come here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's a piece of amethyst. It's like a bryozoan fossil. It's a piece of pet wood.
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute.
It looks like a piece of maybe orange venturine.
I'll get you in a second.
I'm not sure what that one is. I thought that was a vert of some kind. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like some kind of vertebra or something.
Did the big ones come out too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got one of the big bags.
Wow.
Arrowhead.
Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Rose quartz, I think. A bunch of little stuff in here. Alright, I'm gonna have to. There's a smoky point. I'll tell them where some of this stuff's from. Hey Vicky, what's that and that?
A tooth.
Well, that one was broken.
That's broke.
The base is broken on that one.
That's broke too.
I bet the water was so big. We have to go inside here.
There's another one. A bunch of little bitty pieces and stuff. Oh, look at there.
Yeah. Good tooth.
Yeah. I don't think there's any shark teeth in Kentucky, so don't tell them where this stuff's from. Alright, there's another one in there too. That's a snaggletooth or something. Goblin shark, presumably. The base is all gone, but the tooth is good. Alright, hold on guys. Vicky's gonna try the other half. Lift it up and down and then go side to side some. Straight up and down. Not all the way out, just like a faucet. Up and down. Man, you got like all kinds of shark teeth in there. See some tiger eye. Let me come around the side of it.
Tiger eye.
Zoom in. Some kind of quartz.
Got some banded in
Tangerine.
there.
Shark tooth. That red jasper. Shark tooth. Shark tooth. Shark tooth. None of them are really good, except that little bitty tiny one I found there at that last. Look how many shark teeth you got. Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's no sharks in Kentucky though.
Yeah.
Ooh, arrowhead.
We're in the shade of the trees, so it's kind of hard to see. We'll have to go back over this stuff when we get to the house. That's that script stone, ain't it?
Yeah, looks like it.
Tiger eye. No, there's no tiger eye in Kentucky either. So this is just a random general bag. This big bag was $27. It was cheaper than buying one of each of the smaller bags. I see 2 or 3 other more shark teeth. Butters is whining. I'm gonna have to put her down for a second. Hold on, guys. They used to be able to walk down all the way down on the rock down there. And they pushed it back. They used to have a thing where you could walk down in here when I was younger. See how the mist is spraying up off the falls? And that's when you got a full moon down here, that's when you can see the moon bow at night. Anybody want some coal? River tumbled coal. Look at all of it. It's everywhere. All them little black pieces is river tumbled coal. Now this is all one big hunk of bedrock that we're standing on right here. Little pieces of quartzite and quartz and different rocks in it. I don't know if they still got it blocked off, but you used to be able to, there's a trail that goes right through here and you could go underneath the falls. But I think they've got, you know, for years ago they used to have it blocked off.
Can you take pictures from the video, or you just?
Yeah, you can do screenshots. More rock and landscaping. No, I gotta look. May not be able to take anything, but I can show you. Look at that horn coral. That's a chunk of a horn coral. Babe. Hey. Horn coral. It's huge. And for reference. I figured there'd be something like that in this kind of rock. Put it right back where I found it. Alright, I gotta look at these. Huh? No, I'll put it back down. It's a state park. I'm not allowed to take anything. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Butters! Butters!
She'll walk for a little bit. We'll pick up.
Little
We're
turd.
going down the steps. I don't.
See, there's trails that goes up and over to another overlook, but this one right here goes down. Let me turn this off because there's too many people. These rocks, how big they are. These steps aren't even. It's hard on my knee to go down them. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I didn't want to step in the mud.
There. Looks like down there first.
There's the trail that goes down below the falls here.
Look out, there's a goes in the middle.
It's a bunch of lichen. Growing. It's kind of cool to see all the little stones that's embedded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over. It's like, how ancient is that?
I'm sorry to hold this up. This is quartz. That's what it said on the thing. That the water corroded because it's hardened.
That went underneath the shade of that leaf. I was trying to show you this lizard. You know, go get that emerald beetle. So yeah, there used to be a pathway right here that went down there. Looks like they're going to try to repair some of it, at least down to this next section. But you used to be able to go all the way down. Let me go over here. The path used to go all the way down and around and underneath the falls, but it's all eroded out. So you can't do that anymore, but it looks like they're trying to fix that to where you can go back down there again. I've seen this raging so bad, even recently, seen pictures of it at least, where the water level down here would be above my head where I'm at, and it would be almost level with where the water's coming over the falls there. That's how high I've seen it. And that was recently, within the last few months, where we had all that rain come through here, and it was just, oh, it was just horrible. And during the winter time, it's really cool because, you know, it'll freeze up, but there'll be little trickles of water coming down. Trees are kind of in the way from on this view. Huh? Sure. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me zoom in. There's another observation deck over there. There's actually two of them. One right here. Let's see. Oh, it's hard to see. It's right here, and then there's one right there. That's farther away. And then there's the one on the other side of the road that's over there somewhere. You can barely see it on here. Hold on, buddy. So there's several different trails here. We're not going to try to do any of them, but there's a couple and how far they are. I'm nowhere near going to do no 7 mile or 10.5 mile or no. The shortest one is 1 mile, I think, or 1.2. I ain't gonna do that one either. But we're gonna go ahead and head back to the car, and we're gonna go over to the other side where that other overlook is, because I've never been over there. As long as I've lived around here, I've just never went over there. I always come over to this side. Okay, hold on. Some of the pictures they've got on here are all faded. So there's one of the more famous falls around here. It's called Yahoo Falls. That's also in my county. That's a picture of it, but you can't hardly see it. And then this is Blue Heron Mining Camp Co-op. It's basically a big museum place now. That's down Mine 18. I'm going to go down there one day here soon. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing today. There's another one of the natural arches. But this right here is McRae County. You got Cumberland Falls over here on this top corner over here. You've got Yahoo Falls right here. There's Princess Falls. There's a bunch of other different little falls around, but those are the most famous ones. You got Big South Fork of the Cumberland River. You know, this is the Big South Fork. Oh no, that's the trail. Ooh, this is the Big South Fork. Almighty. This is the Little South Fork. This is the Big South Fork. God almighty, I'm dumb. There's Eagle Falls. Barren Fork, they've got horseback riding and stuff like that.
Did you get a picture of the sign over here about the moon dome?
Yeah. That's right in the middle of our county. So this right here, all this is where the golf course is, and the old town, you know, the railroad, the scenic railroad heads out of there. That's all right down here. Okay, we live right down here off this road right here, way down here at the southern part. And for reference, Somerset is on up here, like up in here. Burnside Island is up in here where Boy Scouts started. I'm in the visitor center now. Paul used to have one of these right here. Actually, both of those. Used to have a big plate of ground stone. And on the pestle he had looked just like that right there. I remember seeing it, looking at it whenever I was a kid. We found it on our property down there. I think we found it on our property. I don't know where we found it. I think I remember that, but I just know we had it. We might have found it up on Road 1. We used to have all kinds of harness nests in our house where Papa would get them out of trees and use them as decoration. lights up. So that lit up. Okay, let's go down here and look at this. Let's go conduct the geology. All right, well, we came back around to this other side and was going to park here. Maybe they're going to leave now. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're just moving. Anyways, There's nowhere for us to park. So I guess that's the end of the video. But you know, it's some pretty interesting information in the visitor center. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start driving. I can talk while I'm driving. But you know, for those people who, you know, might think it was cool, I don't know. I know that this wasn't necessarily a rock hounding
We did
video.
find some rocks,
Yeah,
and we found 2 horned coral. Wasn't that what that was?
no, I found one.
One. I thought you found 2.
I mean, I looked around. I seen other stuff that was
But you
really
can't
cool.
take nothing from a state park. So.
Yeah, you can't take anything in the state park. Otherwise, I would have took that horn coral for sure.
It was a big horn.
It was a big one. So anyways, yeah, I mean,
What are you doing?
it gives you a little bit of a taste of what the place is like, and
Nothing there.
our county that we live in is a just absolutely beautiful county.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't much to do as far as industry and stuff like that goes. There are some factories and stuff like that, but there's
Stop.
the whole county does not even have one incorporated city. It's run by one central government, which is Whitley City, but it's not incorporated. You know, there's several towns and stuff like that. You know, Pine Knot, Stern, Strunk, Revelo, Eagle, Beulah Heights, Parker's Lake. There's, you know, a bunch of different towns and stuff like that. That's all within the county, whatever. But it's basically mostly Forest Service owned. Daniel Boone National Forest, and there's a bunch of state parks, stuff like that. So, but it's a beautiful place to live. Just gotta pretty much, if you're not in government or a teacher or in the medical field, you gotta figure out something, or else you're gonna be having to work fast food and, you know, stuff like that. Kroger, we do have Kroger. But anyways, this video was about just one particular place in this county that is beautiful, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And hopefully, you know, if anybody's ever traveling through, you don't know about this place, now you've seen it, you can come and see it for yourself, because I promise you, it's always better in person than seeing something like that on video. However, if you cannot get somewhere, like I'll probably never get to some of the places that Tomcat Josh has been showing, like Silver Falls up in Oregon. I'll probably never get there. So, and my fat butt ain't going to do those big long hikes like he did. I won't do the long hikes here.
We were talking about going to Mammoth Cave, which Mammoth Cave is, you know, you can look it up if you've never been there. But it is a massive cave system, and it is beautiful. And it's, I mean, you got to wear a jacket when you go in because it's cool. I've been a couple of times, but he was like, "Oh, they've got hour hikes, and they've got, you know."
I didn't know. I've never been there. It's about 2 hours away from us. So
I thought we weren't going back this way.
we came from that way.
Oh.
I'm going back.
See, he knows all these ways. I don't know. I don't know these ways.
We're going to go down by the 4-H camp and
Oh, okay.
down. Remember that one house we looked at by the creek
Yeah.
cabin?
Yeah.
That's the way we're going.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Black Widow Road. That's where they go riding on motorcycles and stuff. Okay. Butters, why are you so antsy for?
She might need to use the bathroom. She didn't use it the whole time we was there. Anyways, I almost
Sorry.
forget we're filming.
We get off subject quick.
Just enjoy. You know, you can cut us off on this part. We'll catch you later. I'm Jay.
I'm V.
That's Butters.
Thanks for watching, guys.
See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.